Hi guys. Today I would like to walk you through some motivational quotes or inspirational quotes by famous personalities. Uh, these quotes I hope will help you gain a better perspective towards life. Okay. We'll start with the first one by JP Morgan. The first step towards getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are, isn't it? So that's this talks about the desire to get somewhere, right? So if you decide that you're not going to stay where you are, then you have decided to come out of stagnancy. You have decided to begin that first step towards reaching your goal. You have decided to start the journey towards reaching your goal. So it talks about that. Next one is by Muhammad Ali. uh, the best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. Okay. So isn't it right? So it's like a metaphor, right? Waking up. So like, open your eyes, realize that where you are and where you have to reach, and the journey which you have to cover. Okay. So this is similar to the saying that dreams are not those which you see while being asleep. The real dreams are those which you see while being awake. Okay. So similar to that, and it captures the essence of uh, realizing that you have to work hard and start your journey towards fulfilling your dreams. Next one is by George S. Patton Jr., former U.S. Army General of the World War II period. Now, it says, you must be single minded. Drive for the one thing on which you have decided, right? So, it is similar to the aspect which is captured in the book, The One Thing. Okay, that also talks about being single minded, focusing on the one thing. So, if you're single minded, then it will, take care of the distractions. Okay. It will give clarity of thought, clarity of mind, clarity of purpose. Okay, and that is what this quote talks about essentially. So it's a nice quote. Next is by Eleanor Roosevelt, former First Lady of US and a humanitarian. So it says, "You must do the thing you think you cannot do." So this is about comfort zone, or rather coming out of the comfort zone, right? So if you think that there is something you cannot do, she says that you should go for it, because if you challenge yourself, then you can take that step towards excellence. Okay. You can take that step towards you know fulfilling your dreams, right? So you have to come out of comfort zone to realize your full potential. Okay. So this talks about that. Next is by Tony Robbins, who is an author. The only impossible journey is the one you never begin, isn't it? Right. So impossible are not the challenges or the obstacles which you face. Okay, if you are courageous and are determined to face them and overcome them, then it's possible. But if you didn't begin the journey in the first place, then the journey becomes impossible. Okay, by default, because you never started it. Okay, so this talks about that. Next one is by Isaac Newton. If I had stayed for other people to make my tools and things for me, I had never made anything. Okay, so this talks about taking initiative. This talks about taking initiative. Okay, not waiting for something to happen, some inputs uh, by others, or over dependence on others. Okay, if you don't take steps yourself, take initiative yourself. Okay, then you might face challenges which you would not have faced otherwise, right? So this doesn't mean that you should not listen to or take inputs from others, but should not be over dependent, over reliant on others, and you should start your journey towards your goals with by taking proper initiatives. Okay, as and when required. Okay, and not being too dependent on others. Now, next one is by Colin Powell, former U.S. Secretary of State. There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Okay, so how true, right? So this talks about the path to success. Okay, there's no shortcut to it. It's always the uh, path full of hard work, full of learning from mistakes, learning from failure, full of hard work and self belief. Next one is by Franklin Roosevelt. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today, isn't it? So this talks about what are the actual limitations which we put for our realization of tomorrow. Okay, and those are the doubts of today. Okay, because any other obstacle, okay, it essentially says that okay we can overcome them, right? But the limits we put to ourselves, okay, by the doubts of today, okay, those will be the most detrimental uh, towards our dreams. Okay, so this talks about that. Then next is by Albert Einstein. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. So how apt is this, right? So this talks about stagnancy, the stagnancy part. Okay, so if you're not moving, not progressing, okay, not working hard, then you'll be in a state of stagnancy. Okay, so it's like a bicycle, right? So if there will be balance only if you keep moving, right? If it stops, then you will lose your balance. Okay, so balance and motion must be in are in tandem with each other, and that's how life should be. Okay, that's what this force says. Next one is by APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Never give up on your dreams. No matter where you are today, do not give up dreaming for a better tomorrow. So, in a lot of his quotes and his books also, he has spoken about dreams, right? Because he believed that it's the foundation of our success. It's the foundation of our journey towards, uh, you know, having a better future. Okay. So this quote says that you should keep striving for excellence. Okay, never give up on the face of obstacles, difficulties. Okay, and it's unconditional, right? So no matter what the situation is, if you don't give up on your dreams, then you will be doing yourself a big favor, okay, to have a better future, a better tomorrow. Next one is by Wayne Gretzky. Okay, he's a former ice hockey player from Canada. Okay, so it says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Correct. So if you take a shot, it's possible that you might miss it. Okay, you might hit it. Okay, so more you practice, the more accurate you will become. But if you think about not taking the shot only, then by default you have missed the shot, right? So again, this talks about comfort zone, talks about courage, determination. Okay, so it's a nice quote. Uh, Next is by Indira Gandhi. The purpose of life is to believe, to hope, and to strive. Okay, so that it's similar to the Hindi quote, which says that "Ummeed pe duniya कायम hai." Right? So ummeed or hope is the foundation. Belief is the foundation. Right? The purpose of life uh, should be built on these, foundations. Right? Belief, hope, and you strive for excellence based on these foundations, and that is the real purpose of life. That's what it describes. Next is by James Cameron, filmmaker. If you set your goals ridiculously high, okay, if you set your goals ridiculously high and it's a failure, okay, don't worry. You will fail above everyone else's success. So it's a very nice way of putting it. So